Welcome to Lights Gone On, with David inviting you into a tribute space where remarkable lives are remembered with honor and warmth. This channel shines a light on iconic figures from film, music, sports, and culture whose presence shaped generations. Through each story, we celebrate their impact, cherish their memory, and keep the spirit of their legacy glowing for years to come. Connie Francis remains one of the most iconic voices of early pop music. Born on December 12, 1937, she became known for her warm, expressive singing style that brought sincerity and emotion to every performance. At a time when heartfelt ballads shaped popular culture, her voice stood out for its ability to turn simple lyrics into deeply felt stories. Rise to fame and timeless hits. Francis rose to prominence in the late 1950s and early 1960s, quickly becoming a household name. Her breakthrough came with songs that connected strongly with listeners, especially Where the Boys Are, which became an anthem of youth, hope, and changing times. Her music captured the spirit of an era and remains closely tied to memories of that period. A global and versatile artist beyond her success in the United States, she recorded in multiple languages and explored a wide range of musical styles. This versatility helped her reach audiences around the world and maintain a long-lasting presence in the music industry. Her willingness to adapt showed both skill and dedication to her craft, a legacy of emotion and connection. Despite personal challenges in her life, she remained resilient and deeply connected to her audience. Connie Francis is remembered not just for her chart success, but for the emotional honesty she brought to her songs. Her voice continues to evoke nostalgia, leaving behind a legacy of warmth, romance, and timeless expression. A message circulating online claims that actress Dee Freeman has passed away at the age of 66 after a battle with lung cancer. At this time, there is no confirmed or reliable reporting from major news outlets or official sources verifying this claim. As a result, it should be treated as unconfirmed information rather than a factual announcement. Career in television and screen work. Dee Freeman is known for her work across television, where she appeared in both recurring and guest roles over the years. She is remembered by some viewers for her involvement in Pretty the Series and her appearances on The Young and the Restless. She also had guest roles in several well-known shows, including Sisters, Seinfeld, and Dexter, where she contributed to episodes through smaller but grounded performances. Background and early service before entering the entertainment industry. Freeman served in the United States Marine Corps for 6 years. This experience is often noted as part of her personal background, reflecting a period of discipline and structured service prior to her acting career. Legacy and audience memory. Across her work, Freeman is remembered for bringing sincerity and realism to her roles, whether brief or recurring. While not always in leading parts, her performances contributed to the texture of the shows she appeared in. Her career is remembered for consistency, dedication, and a steady presence across different genres of television. Jay North, born August 3, 1951, has been remembered following news of his passing at the age of 73. He became a familiar face to television audiences for his role as Dennis Mitchell in Dennis the Menace. His performance as the energetic and sometimes mischievous young character made him one of the most recognizable child actors of his era, especially during the show's original run from 1959 to 1963. Career beyond his most famous role. While widely associated with Dennis, North continued acting beyond the sitcom. He starred in the adventure series Maya, where he took on a more mature and different kind of role, showing range beyond his early fame. He also contributed to voice work in animated productions, adding variety to his career in the entertainment industry. Like many actors who begin young, his professional path included both steady work and quieter periods away from the spotlight. Legacy and public memory. J. North's work remains tied to an era of classic television that focused on simple, family-centered storytelling. His portrayal of Dennis Mitchell continues to be revisited by audiences who appreciate vintage sitcoms. Over time, he became a part of television history associated with nostalgia and early American TV culture, with his performances still recognized by longtime viewers. Nick Pope is a journalist and UFO researcher best known for his former role with the UK Ministry of Defence, where he worked on analysing public reports of unidentified aerial phenomena. In that position, he helped assess sightings and consider their possible explanations, contributing to official discussions around a topic that often sits between science, security, and public curiosity. His work brought attention to how governments document and evaluate unusual aerial reports. Writing and media appearances. After leaving government service, Pope became an author and media commentator, sharing his experiences in the memoir Open Skies, Closed Minds. The book offers a personal account of his time working on UFO-related investigations and how those cases were approached within official structures. He has also been a frequent television guest, including appearances on programs such as Ancient Aliens, where he discussed theories and evidence related to unexplained phenomena in a more public-facing setting. Public interest and ongoing influence. Pope continues to be associated with broader conversations about UFOs, government transparency, and how unexplained sightings are studied. His work has helped keep public interest alive in the subject while encouraging discussion about how such reports are documented and interpreted. Over time, he has become a recognizable voice in debates surrounding unexplained aerial phenomena and modern inquiry into the unknown. Kevin Hart's journey is often told as a story of unstoppable comedy energy, but beneath the spotlight is a long, grinding passage through hardship, rejection, and relentless self-reinvention. From the narrow streets of Philadelphia to global arenas filled with roaring audiences, his rise reflects more than fame. It reflects endurance shaped by instability, family struggle, and repeated failure. What makes his story compelling is not just success in stand-up or film, but how each setback became material for rebuilding himself stronger. Through poverty, early ridicule, career collapse, and personal crises, Hart transformed pressure into momentum. His life traces the anatomy of modern celebrity built not overnight, but through years of invisible labor, risk, and persistence that eventually reshaped comedy into a global enterprise. Origins in Philadelphia. Kevin Hart was born into a working-class environment in Philadelphia, a city that shaped both his resilience and his rhythm of humor. Growing up in a small household with limited resources, life was defined by structure rather than comfort. His mother worked long hours to sustain the family, often sacrificing her own needs to ensure stability for her children. The absence of consistent support from his father created emotional gaps that Hart later transformed into comedic storytelling. Even as a child, he absorbed the tension of survival, learning to observe people closely and react quickly. The environment around him was not nurturing in a traditional sense, but it cultivated awareness, timing, and emotional sensitivity that would later define his performance style on stage and screen. Family struggle. Hart's family life was shaped by absence, responsibility, and emotional complexity. His father's struggles with addiction and inconsistency left a lasting imprint, creating both pain and perspective. Meanwhile, his mother carried the weight of raising two sons alone, balancing discipline with quiet sacrifice. This dynamic taught Hart early that stability was something earned, not given. The household operated under financial pressure, where every decision was filtered through necessity. Despite the challenges, there was structure, rules, expectations, and accountability. His older brother also played a stabilizing role, offering companionship during uncertain times. These early experiences created a foundation of emotional contrast. Hardship at home, paired with love expressed through resilience. That contrast later became central to his comedy, where humor often emerged from discomfort and reflection. Early school life and humor. In school, Hart quickly learned that his size and background made him a target for teasing. Rather than retreating, he developed humor as a defensive language. What began as reaction turned into strategy. He discovered that laughter could shift attention and disarm criticism. Teachers and classmates noticed his ability to turn awkward moments into jokes, even when situations were uncomfortable. This behavior wasn't just entertainment, it was survival psychology. By controlling the narrative through humor, he gained social space in environments that often excluded him. Over time, this instinct sharpened into timing, awareness, and emotional intelligence. Instead of internalizing ridicule, he externalized it as performance. School became an early stage where he tested how laughter could transform perception, setting the groundwork for a future in stand-up comedy. First exposure to stand-up. Hart's entry into stand-up comedy was not smooth or glamorous. His first performances took place in small, unforgiving clubs where audiences were often impatient and unpredictable. The rooms were tight, loud, and unfiltered, far from the polished stages he would later dominate. Early sets were marked by hesitation, jokes that didn't land, and moments of visible discomfort. Yet these failures became essential training. Each performance taught him how timing shifts under pressure and how silence can feel heavier than laughter. Instead of quitting, he returned repeatedly, treating every stage as a classroom. The experience forced him to refine his voice, adjust his pacing, and develop resilience against rejection. These early nights built the foundation of a performer who would eventually learn how to command massive audiences. Early career hardship. Before fame, Hart faced a long period of financial instability and professional uncertainty. He worked retail jobs, including selling shoes, while continuing to pursue comedy at night. This dual life created exhaustion, but also insight into human behavior, as everyday interactions became material for observation. Many of his early comedy efforts were met with rejection, and opportunities in entertainment were inconsistent. He struggled to secure meaningful roles or industry recognition, often feeling overlooked due to his unconventional style and appearance. Despite these setbacks, he maintained discipline, constantly writing and testing new material. The lack of immediate success forced him to treat comedy not as a shortcut to fame, but as a long-term craft. This phase shaped his understanding that persistence often matters more than talent alone in creative industries. Persistence and bombing. One of the defining aspects of Hart's early journey was repeated failure on stage. Bombing in comedy clubs was not rare, it was routine. Some audiences were indifferent, others openly hostile, and a few performances ended in humiliation. However, instead of withdrawing, Hart used these experiences as feedback loops. He analyzed what worked, what failed, and how energy shifted in a room. Over time, he developed a sharper sense of pacing and crowd control. Even when jokes failed, his willingness to remain on stage became part of his identity. This persistence built emotional tolerance for pressure, a key trait that later allowed him to perform in front of thousands. Failure, rather than discouraging him, became the raw material for refinement and growth. Breakthrough with Laugh at My Pain. Hart's major turning point came with his stand-up special, Laugh at My Pain. Funded through significant personal financial risk, The project marked a transition from struggling comedian to cultural force. The production captured his personal stories, family struggles, childhood experiences, and social observations, delivered with high energy and emotional honesty. When released, it resonated widely, drawing millions of viewers and redefining his reach. The success validated years of effort and repositioned him within the entertainment industry. More importantly, it demonstrated that audiences connected deeply with vulnerability, combined with humor. This project was not just a performance, it was a declaration of ownership over his narrative. It transformed Hart from performer to storyteller with global influence. Rise in Hollywood. Following his breakthrough, Hart entered Hollywood with increasing momentum. Film roles in projects such as action comedies and ensemble casts expanded his visibility beyond stand-up audiences. His energy, timing, and relatability made him a consistent box office presence. Over time, he became associated with commercially successful franchises that elevated his global profile. Despite this success, he remained closely tied to live performance, continuing to tour and refine his stand-up identity. His ability to balance film, television, and stage work made him one of the most versatile entertainers of his generation. Behind the success, however, was constant pressure to maintain relevance in an industry that moves quickly and rewards constant output. The What Now era. The What Now tour represented a peak in Hart's live performance career. Selling out massive venues, including stadium-level audiences, he became one of the few comedians capable of operating at that scale. The tour demonstrated the evolution of stand-up from club performances to global entertainment events. Each show required precision, stamina, and emotional control, as the physical scale of performances introduced new challenges. Despite the external success, the workload was intense, involving constant travel, writing, and performance pressure. This era solidified his reputation as a dominant live entertainer, while also exposing the physical and mental demands of sustained global touring. It was both a triumph and a test of endurance. Film empire and production power. As Hart's career matured, he expanded into production and business ventures. Through his company ventures and partnerships, he gained more control over creative output and financial structure. This shift allowed him to move from performer to producer, shaping projects from behind the scenes. His involvement in films and media content generated significant revenue and influence, making him a major figure in entertainment economics. Beyond acting, he began building systems that extended his brand into fitness, media, and digital content. This phase marked a transition from individual success to structural power, where his decisions influenced teams, studios, and production pipelines. His career became less about single performances and more about long-term ownership and legacy building. Car crash, scandal, and resilience. Hart's life also included severe personal and physical setbacks, including a serious car accident that resulted in major injuries. The incident forced him into recovery and reflection, temporarily halting his professional momentum. Additionally, public scrutiny and personal controversies challenged his public image. These moments tested his resilience beyond career success, forcing him to confront vulnerability outside of performance. Recovery required physical rehabilitation and emotional recalibration, reshaping how he approached life and work. Instead of retreating, he gradually returned to public life with renewed focus on health, discipline, and responsibility. These experiences added depth to his public identity, revealing the cost of constant movement and visibility. Reinvention, family, and legacy. In recent years, Hart has focused heavily on family life, fitness, philanthropy, and business expansion. His lifestyle reflects discipline, emphasizing health, structure, and long-term sustainability. Family remains central, influencing his decisions and priorities. He is also engaged in charitable work and educational initiatives, contributing to community development and opportunity creation. Professionally, he continues to balance entertainment with entrepreneurship, maintaining relevance while reducing unnecessary risk. His legacy is increasingly defined not only by comedy, but by endurance, adaptability, and strategic growth. The transformation from struggling performer to global figure illustrates a journey shaped by persistence, reinvention, and long-term vision. Outro: Kevin Hart's story is ultimately not just about comedy or fame, but about persistence under pressure and transformation through adversity. His rise from a difficult upbringing to global recognition reflects a long sequence of failures, recoveries, and reinventions. Each stage of his life contributed to a larger narrative about discipline, resilience, and ambition. While audiences often see only the final performance, the deeper reality is built from years of unseen struggle and constant adaptation. His journey illustrates how success is rarely linear and how endurance often matters more than talent alone. In the end, Hart's legacy is shaped not only by laughter, but by the willingness to keep moving forward when stopping might have been easier.